Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Um, we're going to tell you our picks for college football. I'm sorry I'm late again. I've been watching Christmas movies, so I really hadn't felt like doing videos, so sorry about that. Christmas is coming around, so if anybody likes Christmas movies, hear noise in the background, that's my mom doing the doorbell. Here we go. So let's tell you how last week went, which kind of hurts to say. I did pretty good, but West Virginia versus Texas. I picked Texas. They won 17-13. Michigan versus Indiana. I picked Indiana. I won 38-21. Liberal versus Virginia Tech. I picked Liberty, and I won 38-35. I picked Georgia to beat Florida. I lost that one 44-28. Oklahoma State versus Kansas State. I picked Oklahoma State. I won 20-18. And then can't really say this, but Clemson Tigers versus Notre Dame. I picked Clemson. Unfortunately, I lost that one 47-40 in the second overtime in that game. So Clemson is now number 4. I heard Clemson is now number 4. So Clemson's still in there in the top 4 teams to make it to the playoffs. Hopefully they don't lose no one and we can make it this year. So we'll see about that. UCLA versus Colorado. I picked UCLA and I lost 48-42. Stanford versus Oregon. I picked Oregon. I won 35-14. Washington versus Oregon State. I picked Washington State. I won 38-28. This week, week 8, and the college football, Clemson is off this week. Um, Hopefully, a lot of these teams that I'm calling out will be playing because I've heard a lot of SEC teams and ACC teams being called off, postponed because of COVID. On 12 o'clock on ESPN on November 14th, if they're playing, I think they are Miami Hurricanes versus Virginia Tech. I can go Miami Hurricanes to beat Virginia Tech. And on November the 14th, tomorrow at 12 o'clock at FS1, Penn State versus Nebraska. I go Penn State. ABC on 12 o'clock tomorrow, Indiana versus Michigan State. I go Indiana.
I missed Mary yesterday.
12 o'clock on Fox. West Virginia versus TCU. I go West Virginia. 3:30 on ESPN, Colorado versus Stanford. I go Colorado. 7 o'clock on ESPN2 comes on Southern Mustangs versus Tulsa. I go Southern Mustangs. On 7 o'clock on Fox comes on Oregon versus Washington State. I go Oregon. And at 7:30 on BTN, that's I think Big Ten Network. That's Northwestern Wildcats versus Purdue. I go Northwestern. Oh, and I had not even put my score yet. So the score for Northwestern will be 35 Northwestern, and I'm going to say 21 Purdue.
I'm just wondering because I saw it whenever.
So we're done with college football for this week.
I got up.
Now to the NFL. Okay. Let's see. And I'm trying to get back to the week that we've done. It's loading, so give me a second.
If you get a chance, just text me back and let me know. Love you.
Sorry, y'all. Y'all still there? Y'all still there. Week 9 for the NFL. That's how we did last week. Green Bay versus San Francisco 49ers. I went Green Bay, and I won that one 34-17. Sorry, Santy, y'all lost badly, and they ain't gonna make it this year. The Denver versus Atlanta Falcons. I went Denver. I lost 27-34. Seahawks versus Buffalo. I went Buffalo. I won 44-34. Chicago versus Tennessee. I went Chicago. I lost 24-17. Detroit versus Minnesota. I picked Detroit. I lost 34-20. Baltimore versus Indianapolis. I picked Baltimore and I won 24-10. Carolina Panthers versus Kansas City Chiefs. I picked Panthers. I lost 33-31. Very close game by the Panthers. and shocking for a fifth loss in the season. Washington versus New York Giants. I picked New York, Washington. I lost 23-20. Houston versus Jacksonville. Houston, they won 27-25. LA, Los Angeles, Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles. I picked Las Vegas. I won 31-26. Pittsburgh versus Dallas. I went Pittsburgh. I won 24-19. Miami versus Arizona. I went Arizona, and I lost 34-31. New Orleans Saints versus Tampa Bay. I picked Tampa. I lost 38-3. New England Patriots versus New York Jets. I won that one 30-27. And the score was supposed to be 28-3, and I lost badly. Well, not one. 30-27. Hopefully, the Trevor will stay in college, but I think he's going to the NFL next year and probably going to be the worst team you can think of, the Jets. So hopefully he changes his mind. For week 10, I'm sorry, I'm late. There was a game yesterday, 8:20 on Fox, Indianapolis versus Tennessee. I picked Tennessee, and I lost
Right.
34-17. I picked Tennessee. On Sunday,
Could y'all please remove me from your list?
Fox.
I don't need the information that you have. Shut up.
Spammer calling. You'll probably get those two, so laugh out loud. On Sunday on Fox at 1 o'clock is Houston versus the Cleveland Browns. I'm picking the Cleveland Browns to beat Houston, Texas. Which you already know, I already have one loss for this week in NFL due to being late. Sorry to say that. 34-17 was a pretty bad loss. I thought Tennessee would win, but proved it wrong. On Fox at 1 o'clock comes on Washington versus Detroit Lions. I'm going Detroit Lions to beat Washington. 1 o'clock on Fox again, but that's in your area, local area. So I won't get to see this one. Jacksonville versus Green Bay Packers. I go Green Bay Packers to beat Jacksonville. 1 o'clock on Fox again on Sunday. In your local area comes on Philadelphia versus New York Giants. I go Philadelphia. And again, 1 o'clock on Fox comes on Tampa Bay versus Carolina Panthers. I go to Carolina Panthers. 4:05 p.m. on CBS comes on Buffalo versus Arizona. I go Buffalo. CBS on 4:05 again. Denver versus Las Vegas Raiders. I go Las Vegas Raiders. At 4:25 on Fox comes on Pittsburgh versus Cincinnati. I go Pittsburgh. 4:25 on Fox again comes on Seattle versus Los Angeles Rams. I go Seahawks. And on 4:25 on Fox again comes on 49ers versus the Saints. Sorry, Aunt T, but I go New Orleans Saints to beat y'all again. 8:20 on NBC on Sunday Night Football comes on Buffalo versus New England. I go Baltimore. And on 8:15 on ESPN on Monday comes on Minnesota versus Chicago, and I go Chicago Bears. And the score will be Minnesota 24 and Chicago 35. So I'll win that one. So let's see how that turns out. And so far I have 78 points in the NFL, and let's go back to college in the next series. How many points I got there? For college, I have 44 points. And predictions, PCT is 100%. And I'm ranked 631 out of the whole nation. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. So, that's it for college football and NFL. And sorry being late again. Due to watching football, not football, watching Christmas movies. So, we'll see y'all next week, whenever. I don't know, I just forgot. But we'll find out next week. Thanks for watching.